Jose Mourinho, your friend and mine, is back in the spotlight following a car park bust-up with referee Anthony Taylor in the wake of Roma losing the Europa League Final to Sevilla. Hello there, everybody. Adam Cleary from FourFourTwo here, and if there is one thing more inevitable than a Spanish team dominating a major European final, it's Jose Mourinho still being the most entertaining thing about it. Now, I'm not going to recap the entire match for you because despite the fact it was 147 minutes long, it contained less actual football than an episode of Dream Team. But let's just really quickly go through all the talking points so you can understand the context of Mourinho's displeasure, which led to him, after the game, confronting the referee in the car park like a wrestler would and calling him loads of names. Mourinho Masterclass number 1, he tells the press ahead of the game that Pablo Dybala is not fully fit. He's probably only going to be able to play about 20 minutes of this match, except, no, wrong, he's absolutely fine. He starts the game and he scores the opening goal. Second half, Sevilla then get on top, they exert a bit of pressure, and Roma are considerably unfortunate in that the equalising goal comes from a deflection off one of their own players. But Mourinho Masterclass number 2, this marks the end of the game as a footballing contest. It descends into stoppages, it descends into disruption, it descends into arguing with the officials. Anthony Taylor doles out 14 yellow cards, a Europa League record. One of them even goes to Mourinho himself. We go into extra time, and somehow in the second half of extra time we get 10 minutes added on. So just do some maths there. That is 75% of the total duration of the second half of extra time ended up having to be added on at the end of it. That's what we were dealing with. In amongst all of this, Sevilla are awarded a late penalty, which is then overturned by VAR because there wasn't a lot of contact, and then Roma feel that they should have had a penalty because the ball clearly strikes the Sevilla defender's arm, but after another review, it was decided that his arm was in a natural position and no penalty was awarded. Basically, right, if you didn't watch this game of football, then just try and, don't even bother imagining what's happening on the pitch. Just imagine the two benches of the two gangs from West Side Story, basically going back and forward, doing musical numbers about how the other team are a bunch of cheats and they're going to kick their heads in and the referee's just a total house. Anyway, after all that, we wind up at penalties. Roma missed 2 of theirs, which presents Gonzalo Montiel the opportunity to win the Europa League for Spain. And you remember him because he did the exact same thing for Argentina at the World Cup. But no, Rui Patricio makes a great save. Roma look to be back from the dead, but while they are literally replaying this on television, they decide that there was encroachment. And as we cut back to the action, it just says encroachment on TV, and they are retaking the penalty, which, if you're a Roma fan, is that's unfortunate. He promptly scores it. Sevilla win like their 87th Europa League. Jose Mourinho takes his loser's medal, hands it to a kid in the crowd, and you'd think that's the end of the story, but no. It's just the start. Mourinho then seeks out Anthony Taylor in the car park, and what I can only assume is a really good callback to Didier Drogba that time, tells the referee, "It's a f***ing disgrace, man. It's a f***ing disgrace." He then proceeds to shout at him in Italian for a while, and I don't speak Italian, but I presume it was pretty much exactly the same sort of thing, before switching back to English and just telling him to f*** off. Not content there, though, he then went and found the referees getting onto the minibus and simply said, "Congratulations, you f***ing disgrace." And if you think perhaps he might have calmed down by the press conference, then good news, no, he actually hadn't. He said that it's probably a good job Roma now aren't going to qualify for the Champions League because Taylor will likely be in that competition and they won't have to work with him anymore. Bemoaned the overall standard of officiating, saying that once again it was really difficult to be on the losing side when the referees have played such an important and decisive role in the outcome, before simply saying that he didn't actually know that much about Taylor, but that to him, he seemed Spanish. Just went to check to make sure I didn't miss anything there, and he didn't say they wouldn't have to deal with Taylor in the Champions League. They said they wouldn't have to deal with his bull. That's the 14 yellow cards, 8 of which went to Roma, which is just frankly astronomical number. All the added time, the penalty they didn't get, he thought Eric Lamela should have been sent off, and of course he scored one of the penalties, so that's quite important. Chasing the officials down in the car park, literally standing behind them at one point and just holding up the number 8 on his hands in reference to the car. Just genuinely an absolute Mourinho masterclass into how to conduct yourself in a final. And if you think that's sarcastic, it's not. I love him. But there you go. That's what really happened between Jose Mourinho and Anthony Taylor. I would dearly like to hear your thoughts in the comments below, because the thing about Mourinho now, right, is you either revere him as a classic figure of just footballing fun, or you think it's a disgrace. It shouldn't carry on this way, and it's no manner in which to conduct yourself. So I'd dearly love for both these camps, I'm in this one by the way, I think he's great, to have a massive argument in the comments, but keep it civil. In the meantime though, thank you very much for watching. I have been Adam Cleary, and if I have missed out anything here, and there's every chance I have, because it was a lot, just tell me on Twitter, at Adam Cleary, CLERY, and we'll have a good laugh about it together. Anyway, subscribe to FourFourTwo if you haven't already. It's the greatest footballing YouTube channel in the world, but that's it. That's all I've got. You'll have to leave now. Go watch another video. That'll be fun for you. Bye.